Hello, welcome to Rediscovering the Beatles with Mark Morse. I'm Mark. Today we're going to be doing my Fab Four picks. This was something that I had gotten from the Beatles channel on XM radio. They do a Fab Four where people pick their four favorite Beatles songs and they talk about them a little bit and then they play the songs. I won't be able to play the songs, of course, because of copyright issues, but I will link to the songs down below in the description so you can listen to them after we talk about them. Before we go on, though, because I'm going to do the Love Edition because this is February, February 14th being the day for lovers. I wanted to do a Love Edition, so what I'm going to do is pick my top four songs that actually use the word love in the title, and we'll go over that a little later. But speaking of love, I wanted to show you a couple things that some of my subscribers had sent me. I didn't realize when I started this channel that people like to send YouTubers their Beatles stuff, but I'm so excited because one of my regular commenters, Amy, got me this Abbey Road thing. I don't know what's going on here. I think they got lazy. They didn't even put the shoes on this guy. It's like he doesn't even have shoes on. And then one of my listeners, Mary, sent me this Beatles banner. I hope you can see it over my shoulder there. Thank you so much. I love this stuff, and I will cherish it. The banner is going to be part of my regular background. This, I'm not sure. I might take this to work and keep it on my desk, or I might set it up in a way where it's featured in these videos. I still haven't decided. Anyway, let's go to the Fab Four Love Edition. And so what I've done is I realized, last time when I did my Fab Four, I did the whole Beatles catalog. That's impossible. It's just so impossible to come up with four songs. To be honest, I'm not even real sure of all the songs I picked that time. I'm sure 10 minutes later I would have picked a different four. This time I thought I'd make it a little easier for me. My original idea was to just do love songs. But then I realized, they have a lot of love songs. That really wouldn't help me out so much. So then I decided, maybe there's a Beatles compilation collection called Beatles Love Songs. I'm like, well, maybe I could just pick four off that double album. The thing about that is that's one of the records I gave away in the 1990s, and I have not got it back yet. And if I can't hold the record up, I don't want to do it. So maybe some other time. So then I finally decided, you know what? If it has the word love in the title, those are the songs I'll pick from. And so surprisingly, there's really not a ton of Beatles songs that have love in the title. What I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of go through how I narrowed this down, and then I'll give you my top four. I haven't learned editing enough to have words come across the screen and do cool things yet. But what I have done is I've taken some screen prints of Word documents, and you can look at those as I'm talking about them. So what I've done is I went to the Beatles Bible site, and they have a list of all the songs the Beatles have ever done. I'll link to that below too. And what I did was search for the word love. You can do that by just hitting Control F and type it. The box shows up. You type the word love, and it'll show you where that word shows up everywhere on the page. I know a lot of you know that already, but I just learned that about 2 years ago, and it's made my life so much simpler. But so I copied and pasted all the songs with the word love in it into a list, and then just to make sure I caught everything, I typed in LOV so I could get like anything with the word loving in there just to see what's in there. And anyway, I'll put this up on the screen now. I call it the first pass. This is all the songs with the word love in it by the Beatles. And so what I did is I kind of looked at that list, hopefully you're looking at now, and I decided to take out anything that was not written by the Beatles. So things like To Know Her Is to Love Her, that's automatically out. Words of Love, though it's a great song, I took it out. I just wanted Beatle compositions. Also, I took out things that they didn't release, or maybe they were released but just in demo form on like an anthology or something. Things that they might have written for others. For example, what's one on here that's a good example? There's one they did for Celia Black that they never recorded themselves. Love of the Loved, I think, is the one. There's not a recording of them doing it. They did it for somebody. I took all that stuff off. So that got me to the second pass, which hopefully will show up now somewhere, maybe over here maybe. So that whittled it down quite a bit. Then for the final pass, I took off things that songs that weren't really about love or weren't part of the original canon. So that only took out a few things. For example, Lovely Rita has the word love within it, but lovely isn't the same as the emotion of love. And though I absolutely love that song, I really love Lovely Rita, I just love that song, I took it out because it really didn't apply to love, the emotion. The other thing I took out was, and this was hard too, I debated about this, I took out the Real Love song, the Lennon song that, they worked on and made into a Beatles song, just because it wasn't really part of that original canon. I'm pretty sure it would have made my list if I kept it on, but I just didn't feel like it was really something that should be part of this section. So then, so what's up on the screen now is what I ended up with. So I was a little surprised. I thought it was going to be a little more complicated than this. I thought love showed up in their titles a lot more. But this is a good list, and it was just hard enough to where I had to think about what I was going to keep and what I was going to discard. So it was interesting to do. Feel free to throw in your ideas, or if you think my thinking is flawed, you can write that in the comments too. But again, this is just the songs, the love songs, or the songs that contain love in the title, that speak to me. So I'm sure everybody's different. So don't be upset if I throw out something that you absolutely love. So let's go through this. My number 4 song for with the word love in it is All My Loving. I do love this song. It is I just love the harmonies, that little ooh, that stuff. I love that stuff. I eat it up. So that made my number 4. I decided not to do like a history of the songs. I've seen so many other channels that do such a better job of that. I might do it if there's something super interesting about it that I want to bring up, but I think I'm just not going to do that, at least for this version. And then my number 3 song is Can't Buy Me Love. And that's one of those songs when it comes on, you just feel good. And I just love that song. It I can't remember if it was, I think Alice Cooper has some quote about how, he tells people, if you're in a band and you're playing a show, and you want people to get involved, do just play a cover of "Can't Buy Me Love." Everybody responds to it. If I've misquoted Mr. Cooper, or I've attributed that quote to the wrong person, you can let me know about that too. And then my second pick is, and this was kind of a surprise for me because I thought it was going to be my number one when I came up with the concept, but "All You Need Is Love." I absolutely love this song. I can listen to it 10 times a day. I just love the song. I love watching the world premiere broadcasts where Lennon's chomping on his gum and singing that song so coolly, and all the colorful characters around him. It is way up there in my favorite Beatles. I tend to love Beatles the later in their careers. I everything from Rubber Soul on, It's Hard. Those are usually my favorite songs, but I love all the earlier stuff too. But I really love "All You Need Is Love." I really thought that was going to be my number one song, but after I started listening to them again, I listened to all these songs just to see, which ones I'm really responding to, and not just trying to do it from memory. I came up with a number one song. And so my number one song is "You've Got to Hide Your Love Away." I absolutely love the song. I was listening to it today, and I think it's just Lennon's voice, his tone, everything about that song is fantastic. So the number one love song for my February 2024 love edition of my Fab Four is "You've Got to Hide Your Love Away." Give it a listen. Down in the description, I link to these things. I kind of wanted to talk about some things that I did leave out that I thought maybe people would raise an eyebrow at. "She Loves You." I love that song, and I think it's an important song. It absolutely is an important song for the Beatles, but for me, it's I like to hear it, but it's not one that just speaks to me like these other four I've picked. The other one, "Love Me Do," it was very close, very close. I love that song too. I've talked about that song in another video. I really love that song, and it was really hard for me to leave that out. But that was just kind of a coin toss, if you want me to be honest. The other ones, "Love You Too," George Harrison, just not one of my favorite Beatles songs. Of course, I love it, but it's not even my not favorite Beatles songs. I love with a passion, but just wasn't going to make my list. And I Love Her. Oh, no, that's not the one. "It's Only Love," I believe, is the other one I considered. I was thinking about that, and the more I read up on it, and it's one of the songs that Lennon says Lennon really does not like that song, and he doesn't like that song in "Run for Your Life." And the more I read about it, I'm like, you know what? He's right. It's more of a trite song. Not really. I still love it, but that's why I ended up with these four, and I'll list the four again right now. Hopefully, if I figure out this editing thing. The other thing is, I was just listening to. I talked about this on my 2024 vinyl tag, Beatles vinyl tag. this EP about the Beatles by Royal Command. I just listened to it before coming on air today, and it does have the great Lennon line about those in the cheaper seats clap your hands, and the rest of you just rattle your jewelry. That's on here, so it's real exciting. The other thing I didn't realize until I played it is it's on a clear vinyl. This is a promotional thing that was never meant to be sold on a Decagon. Anyway, it was kind of cool, and I thought I wanted to show you that. And since She Loves You is on here, what else is on here? Just for informational sake, From Me to You, She Loves You, and then Till There Was You, and then the infamous Twist and Shout song where John Lennon makes his comments about clapping hands and rattling jewelry. Anyway, I just listened to that, and I was kind of excited about that, so I thought I'd pass that on. I do have lots of exciting things coming up in the future. There's a new solo Beatles tag out there. I haven't regained enough of my record collection to really do a decent job on that yet, but there were some ideas in that vinyl tag that has spurred some ideas for some upcoming videos that might even show up later this weekend. So thanks for watching. Let me know what your Fab 4 love songs by the Beatles are in the comments below. And again, I will see you all very soon.